Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're gonna talk about my experience of weightlifting with scoliosis. First of all, for those of you who don't already know, let me explain to you what scoliosis actually is. Scoliosis is a condition in which a person's spine has a sideways curve. The curve is usually S or C-shaped over 3 dimensions. In some, the degree of curve is stable, while in others, it increases over time. Mild scoliosis does not typically cause problems, but more severe cases can affect breathing and movement. Pain is usually present in adults and can worsen with age. So just to let you know, while I'm explaining my experience of weightlifting with scoliosis, you will simultaneously see a few clips of my last push workout. I filmed the whole thing at my dad's place because I can train there without a t-shirt, and I think that it gives you a cool insight on my odd looking upper body. When I first got diagnosed with scoliosis, I was around 10 to 12 years old. I actually can't remember exactly. Back then, I was a little overweight, but I don't think that this caused my scoliosis. In fact, the reason for people having a scoliosis remains unknown in 9 out of 10 cases. The cases in which doctors were able to identify its origin, it's mostly connected to inheritance. Since my parents don't suffer from scoliosis, I always just accepted my handicap. So I remember visiting the orthopedist because of frequent neck tensions. Back then, he told me that my scoliosis was around 20 degrees, which is the lowest form of scoliosis. He also told me that I could decide if I wanted to wear a corset. Back then, I refused to wear one. But if I had been able to go back in time, I would have definitely accepted his offer. Since my scoliosis was less severe at that age, the corset would have probably made the difference, meaning my back being normal after being fully grown. Apart from refusing to wear a corset, I did actually visit physiotherapeutic treatment for over 5 years. When I got 16 years old, I left the physiotherapeutic treatment because my younger self thought there was no need for this lame-ass treatment, you know? Then from 16 to 18 years old, I almost forgot that I even had this problem. But when I started to become a gym rat and my self-perception changed in a way that I recognized genetical flaws way more than before, my scoliosis really became a thing again. I feel like the way I did weightlifting for some months really was counterproductive for my scoliosis. And I actually think that it increased the degree of skewness of my back. 1 month before actually realizing that I should take care of my back, I did heavy weightlifts without even a belt for like 2 to 3 weeks. And bro, if I talk about this today, I feel like an absolute idiot for just ignoring my handicap while gaining lots of muscle mass too. I have to admit that back in the day, I sometimes was a little bit reckless in my actions. And to be honest, I probably ignored my scoliosis because I was too afraid to confront myself with the physical damage weightlifting could have on my body. Luckily, after a short period of time, like 2 to 3 weeks, where I was heavily damaging my body with deadlifts, I completely quit them. I also quit bench pressing because I never had good technique anyways, and I realized that bench pressing also had a big scoliosis injecting potential. Today, I mostly train on machines. I try to not mess up my form while still using weight that doesn't allow me to go for more than 10 reps. So I've been changing the way I work out for like a month or so. Today I almost only do my chest or back exercises with a deadlifting belt while trying to do a lower back workout at least once a week. I know for some of you it might seem weird that I use a deadlifting belt for conventional exercises, but I just feel like it gives my lower back some stability and helps me to remain in an upright and also not hunched position, you know? I've also been boxing for a month or so, and the 5-minute core exercise at the end of every boxing session allows me to get back some core strength. I'd actually say that I never had core strength, neither did I ever have lower back strength. I just never trained these muscles. But lately I've just realized how important training those muscles is for your physical health. To this day, I still have a hard time confronting myself with this syndrome. I know that I should have went to an orthopedist way earlier to check up on me. He then would have told me whether whether my scoliosis got worse or not. I would also say that my scoliosis is my biggest physical insecurity, let aside my gyno, but I guess I just have to yet learn how to deal with it. Even if I regret not wearing a corset as a teenager and also not paying attention to potential damage caused by weightlifting with scoliosis for over half a year, I did actually learn something really important. What I've learned from this is that all of your actions affect your later life. You might now think that this is something that everyone should be aware of, but I guarantee you it isn't. Even though most young men and women subconsciously know that this is true, they are ignoring it. But once you see yourself in the mirror and your body is hunched in a way that is non-reversible, it really hits you in the face that every decision you make has an influence on your later life. I think that young people like me only implement this fact to their lifestyle if they physically experience good or bad outcomes out of their actions rather than just experiencing it in their mind.